Look, guys, this is a very weird video format. Like, the resolution is weird. Anyways, I'm putting on my socks right now, and I just wanted to record a little video and preach to y'all about my lifestyle. Ever since I was in first grade, or I don't know, ever since I was young, I don't know, people always saw me as different. I was always like different from all the other kids. I don't know why. I was never really included, but I wasn't like excluded either, you feel me? And that led to me to having to find other ways to include myself or feel or be included or find ways to have fun in life in social situations. That's especially true for last year. I was in freshman year, and the first half of freshman year wasn't going too well, you feel me? I had friends and all, but they weren't the best friends ever, you feel me? Some of them were quite toxic. And they weren't bad people, but they weren't the people for me. And so I got on this journey of self-improvement, whatnot, yada yada, started working on myself, and I've always had this like certain energy to myself that I can't find in other people. And I've always labeled it as this, that, like I put so much labels to it, which weren't completely accurate, you feel me? And today I was just thinking about that, and I haven't thought about it in a while. And I think I got an interesting insight, point of view of what makes me so different. I feel like these days, or maybe it doesn't have to do with these days, but I feel like in general, everyone's always seeking. Whether that be pleasure, happiness, or escape from pain. That is the norm. That is what basically every human being does, whether they realize it or not, even including me, most likely, like most definitely, because that's probably how we're wired to be. But with social media and drugs and a bunch of other negative influences prevalent in the current day world, it makes it very easy to destroy yourself, trying to find happiness or joy or a relief from your everyday pain that a lot of you may experience. To me, it was never like that. Or I guess it was, but now it isn't. The past year it hasn't been like that. And I'm just here to explain to you this new lifestyle that you can live, that I live. I wake up and I don't think about what can make me happy or what's gonna cause the most dopamine in my mind. When you're in that state of mind of seeking dopamine and seeking pleasure, happiness, or escape from pain, you're never gonna be satisfied because you're like, oh, it's not as good as it used to be. Because it never will be. Because the more you, for example, let's say you always used social media and it always made you happy. But the more you use it, the less happy it's gonna make you because it's just repeated stimulus that fries your mind circuits. And it's not even like beneficial, it just like makes you stupid. And no matter what you're doing, you're always gonna be deep down unsatisfied because you're comparing your, I don't know, because you can always do something more to maximize your happiness. And most of the time, almost all the time, it's something negative, such as, I don't know, doing drugs, doing something bad, I don't know, beating your meat, finding another person to do it just so you don't feel miserable. And that's not the way to live. My mindset, which makes me grateful for every single thing, every single source of happiness that I have, even from taking these step, from talking, from looking at myself into the camera, because I look sexy, from just having positive self-talk, from just thinking about life. All of that makes me so grateful and positive and happy to be alive. And you might be wondering why. Because you might be taking steps, recording a video, having positive self-talk, but you might not be satisfied. And that all comes from the way that you perceive, the way you set up, it all comes from your goals, your mind goals. And I'm not talking about, oh, I want to be famous, or I want to be a millionaire. I'm talking about your bigger, deeper goals. I don't know how to explain it, but I will right now. To me, it's not about seeking pleasure. It's about the opposite. I run away from pleasure. I run away from pleasure. Ha! And you're like, what? No way, this guy's happy. What? Why is he running away from watching TikTok? Pleasure, I don't know. I make it a priority. My daily goal, my mindset isn't to find as much pleasure, but it's the opposite, to find as least pleasure as possible. Or not to find as little, but like to run away from the pleasure that I get. I'm never seeking pleasure. So that first step is making me grateful for the pleasure that I get. And me running away from pleasure makes me very aware of all the pleasure that I get. And those two things combined make every second of you being alive very satisfying and very fulfilling. I'm able to lay in bed and find pleasure in the texture of my blanket. I'm able to think thoughts, happy or not, and find pleasure in the feeling that I get, or the fact that I'm even able to think these thoughts. And I think it's very important for people these days to step back and stop seeking pleasure for a moment. Because 99.9% of people in this world have been seeking pleasure their entire life since they were a child, or since they stopped being a child. So guys, even for 10 minutes, stop seeking pleasure. Run away from pleasure. And you'll find a gratitude and sense of satisfaction in your life that you've always wanted to get and always thought you'd get from pleasure, but you never did because you were looking at it wrong all along. That rhymes. Thank you for watching, guys. I just wanted to spread awareness of this mindset or lifestyle or way of living that can derive a lot of satisfaction and happiness in your day-to-day life. And I just want to, I don't know, spread happiness, destroy fear, and make more people happy because the amount of people depressed is insane. Lol. Also, by the way, don't vape, don't do drugs. Stop doom scrolling. You're destroying your life. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please follow me. Please like the video. Please comment. I love reading comments. Lol. I feel like a YouTuber. Haha. Thank you for watching. And goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Mwah.